Hello, Master Duel Central. How's it going, guys? So today I want to talk about what I think is the most broken version of Ishizu, and that's actually Ishizu Punk Adventure. So pretty generic Punk engine here. Mostly what you want to do with it is go into Chaos Ruler and then go into Zombie Vampire. That's as basic as it gets for a Punk engine. We're not running the Fusion, not running any of the extra deck Punks. And other than that, I mean, the Ishizu cards give you great control over the game. The Shufflers especially are really, really good because if you can get the Shufflers, the Fairy Tail Snow, and the DPE on the field, that's a really hard board to break, to be honest. Just that recursion that you get from the Snow makes it so you can control your opponent. Of course, a lot of people are on Ishizu Sprite right now or just on Runic Sprite in general. And usually, if you can just flip down their Fusion Monster with the Snow and pop their first level 2 normal summon, they can't really play. So that's kind of the game plan most of the time, and then everything else is just added bonus. The boards you can build with this deck are absolutely incredible. Like, this is a real pile deck. It's almost like a gamble deck in the sense that almost every game your board is going to be different depending on what you get. The Adventure Engine is really good in this deck. One thing that's really cool about the Adventure Engine is it'll shut down your Diviner of the Herald normal summon. But we are running a mini Sprite package in here. So when you normal summon Herald, you can use any other monster, go into Sprite Elf, bring back your Herald, and suddenly it's been special summoned. So you can use its effect, send in the Shizu card to the grave, and get your milling started to get a bunch of combo pieces into the grave. Of course, we have the Snow, we have the Destrudo. These are great cards to take advantage of your grave. Another great target is if you get your Water Enchantress in the grave, that really helps. But if you have access to your Adventure Engine, you usually want to get your Adventure Engine out before you start milling, just because it gives you that kind of extra protection, and also you don't want your critical pieces to get in the grave like your Fateful Adventure and your Wandering Griffin Rider if you're even planning on using the Adventure Engine, because that really will depend on the game. But overall, super pleased with this deck. I honestly think this is the most broken version of Ishizu so far. And guys, I have a really solid replay for you before we do some live gameplay. It's absolutely awesome. We take a maxi challenge, and yeah, I'm not even going to spoil the end. However, before we get into the gameplay, here's a quick message from our sponsors. I'd like to thank Tokyo Treats and Sakura Co for sponsoring this video. They make Japanese snack boxes, and the goal of these monthly boxes is to invite everyone to experience Japan from the comfort of their own homes through their delicious snacks. The 2 monthly boxes are quite distinct. Tokyo Treat is a pop Japanese snack subscription box. It comes with up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that you can't really find anywhere else, such as Sakura Pepsi or the Cantaloupe flavored Kit Kats in this month's box, which are delicious, by the way. Sakura Co, on the other hand, is meant to showcase more traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, such as teas, pastries, and even some cool tableware. This month's theme box for the Sakura Co box is Taste of Japan, taking you through many of Japan's 47 prefectures with their own unique food, culture, and history. They're unique to each region and full of local flavor. I absolutely loved this box. That nut sable from Okinawa really caught my eye instantly, and it was delicious. And my favorite out of the whole box had to be the Kuromitsu Kinako Mochi from Hokkaido. Like, seriously, I need more of those. We also enjoyed some sencha tea from Kyoto while eating some delicious matcha round boro pastries. These were probably my second favorite item out of the box. Also, yes, I'm a pastry dipper, don't judge me. The monthly theme for this month's Tokyo Treat subscription box is Japan's Best Bites. Fans of Japanese snacks will love this box. It's filled with the best treats from each season. From the deliciously sweet Kit Kat melon to the savory Mito style udon, this box has it all. I especially enjoyed the deliciously pulpy Sangria Tsubimi orange, really, and don't sleep on these blueberry Pockies. They also have these cool little booklets that detail every snack, as well as interesting facts about Japan, which I thought was really cool. It kind of took me back to when I was a kid reading my Japanese encyclopedia, and yeah, I was like this as a kid too. If you're interested in trying some delicious Japanese snacks, these boxes are a great way to support the channel while also getting a great taste of Japan. Better act fast though. The box I showcased in this video is only available until March 15th, and by using my code in the description, you can get $5 off the first box you order. Thanks again to Sakura Co and Tokyo Treat for sponsoring this video, and on to the gameplay. Alright, so first off here, let's do this replay, because this replay is absolutely incredible. So let's just get into it. It's such a cool replay, honestly. I think we go second. Yeah, we do. All right. So we've got the Keldo in hand, the Agito in hand, Deer Note, Emergency Teleport, and Ash Blossom. Our opponent is on Sprite, as most opponents are here in Diamond Rank. And they're going to go into Gigantic Sprite after special summoning out Carrot. Gigantic Sprite effect. We're going to Ash the Gigantic Sprite. However, they had the Called by the Grave, unfortunately. So it is what it is. We lose the Ash here. They're going to go for Sprite Blue effect to go get themselves a Jet. Jet special summon. Jet is going to search out a Sprite starter. Then we're going to use the starter, special summon out a Sprite Red, go into the Sprite Elf. Then we're going to use the effect of Sprite Elf to bring back the Nimble Beaver. And we're just going to pass turn here. So pretty simple board. They've got Sprite Red, Sprite Carrot, and they didn't set the starter, which is a little weird. Honestly, since they had access to everything, if I was them, I would have gotten a Smashers, and I think this would have been like really hard to beat if they got Smashers, because they have one spell negate for our one spell activation and one monster negate, and we're kind of limited on options here. But we draw into Ash. Like, Ash is not that useful this turn, so we're gonna go Emergency Teleport, and they have the Maxi, so we activate Ash. Of course, they're gonna use their red on Ash here, so at least we get to waste our monster negate. But if we want to play, we're gonna have to play through Maxi. Now I'm gonna be honest, I've been having a pretty bad day in Master Duel, and everyone's been Maxiing me, and I have not been having the outs. And yet again, I activate Ash, and they just negate my Ash. So I'm like, you know what, screw it, we're taking the challenge. We lose anyway if we don't, so I'm just going for it, you know. So get the Xiamin here. They're going to special out the blue effect to get a Jet. We're going to go for the effect of the Kelbeck, I think. No, sorry. We activate Keldo to discard the Agito, and then we get to search out a Mudora from our deck here. Then we're going to use the effect of Agito Engrave to mill a couple of cards. We're going to use Xiamin to search out a Foxy Tune. Then we're going to use the effect of Deer Note in hand, revealing the Foxy Tune to special summon Deer Note and sending the Foxy Tune to the grave. We're going to go into a copy of Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler effect. We're going to mill a couple of cards here, and also we're going to chain the Deer Note to special Foxy Tune. So a couple of cards on top of the deck here: Magician's Souls, Diviner of the Herald, Artifact Scythe, Keldo, and Water Enchantress. We add the Diviner of the Herald to our hand, send the rest to the grave. We activate Water Enchantress in the grave, hoping to bait out an Ash, but we don't bait out the Ash. It is what it is. Here we're going to activate Rite of Aramesir, and I think they might have had Ash but didn't use it because they could just negate it with Sprite Carrot. So fair enough. So they negate the Rite of Aramesir here. And we go on with our play. We normal summon Diviner, and this is really cool, right? Normal summon Diviner, go into Sprite Elf, then we can use the effect of Sprite Elf to bring back our Diviner so that we can trigger it. So we go Diviner of the Herald, and I notice that their deck is a little thin here. So they negate our Diviner of the Herald. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough, that's not bad. So naturally, we're going to need to start milling a little bit more. Oh, no, that's right. They called by my Ash. I forgot. Yeah. So they called by my Ash. So their Ash was already negated. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. So we do get to send a Kelbeck to the grave here and mill some more cards, get them down to 12. Here I noticed that their cards are a little low. So we're going to go into the Zombie Vampire here. Zombie Vampire is going to detach a Chaos Ruler. They're going to go for the Ghost Ogre on our Zombie Vampire. Not really a big deal. Honestly, kind of a bad target for Ghost Ogre, if I'm being completely honest. So anyway, Zombie Vampire still resolves. We'll get to mill a couple of cards. All I wanted here was to special summon a level 4 with the Zombie Vampire. So we got lucky and we got that so that we can go into a Baron de Flare. So we're going to go into Baron here. Now, the reason I did this is because as early as possible, I wanted to be able to negate the Nibiru just in case that they were to like draw into it out of their like final 5 cards. Then we bring back the Chaos Ruler. Then we use Malicious in the grave to special Malicious. Using these two, we go into our Artifact Dagda. Not to use its effect, but just to draw them some cards. Then we go into Gigantic Sprite, because we have plenty of level 2s in this deck. Gigantic Sprite effect, detach, special blue from deck. I had like 7 targets in my deck for this, I think, or maybe 6. So yeah, anyway, they're at 0. We pass turn, and wouldn't you know it, yep, that's just what you get. That's what you get for activating Maxi on me. I've been getting Maxied so much today. I needed my vengeance. I need my revenge. And so this guy will be immortalized as the guy that I decked out off of Maxi. But anyway, let's go into some live gameplay of the deck. All right, so our opponent here is making us go second. I've been very unlucky with my coin tosses as well as my Maxi luck. So hopefully we can get some decent footage of this deck. But obviously, right now in the game, it's not just about having a good deck. It's not just about being good. It's also about being lucky, unfortunately, especially with Maxi around. Honestly, I think Maxi really needs to get banned at this point. Like, just you have it or you don't. You know, so many free wins in the game. It's just disgusting. So it seems we're playing against Mathmech. I honestly have not seen a lot of Mathmech recently. So kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even hating. Not even hating here. So they go for the Circular, sending the Sigma after searching it out with the Signet Mining. Then they're going to use the effect of Sigma in the grave, bringing it out from the grave. Then they get to trigger Circular. Now, having Droplet here is going to be super huge and super integral. Honestly, even if they were to like somehow negate Droplet, just the fact that we could send Keldo to the grave means that we can stop them from using their Super Factorial. So it's not looking too good for Mathmex here right now, but we'll see what happens. So Alimbertion effect. And they're going to get to... I wonder if they're playing just the regular pure version, because I've seen some funky builds for this deck. So we'll see what happens here. They go for the Diameter. Also, another thing I want to mention about my deck is the timer is pretty tough to it. The timer is kind of rude to our deck, I'm not going to lie. So, you know, thankfully now we get 30 seconds when our opponent's turn starts. But sometimes it feels like I could keep playing, and I just am not allowed to because of the timer. So I guess that's one way of balancing our deck a little bit. It's just because those Ishizu cards take so long to read, you know what I mean? So anyway, they've got all three here. They're going to go into a Splash Mage. Yeah. Wait, please tell me you're not... Like, wait, Splash Mage is weird here. Like, you're not playing the weird variant, right? You're not about to just summon a Heat Soul on me, right?
5 hours later.
I'm not here to judge. So, yeah, Deco Talker Heat Soul and Super Factorial set. Rite of Aramis Seer draw is so insane, actually. That is so good. Yeah, you can have your draw for sure. I can't... I'm not going to be wasting my Droplet on that. We have bigger matters to attend to here. But, yeah, this is absolutely broken. This hand is crazy. So we're going to start with Rite of Aramis here. And, most likely... Oh, my God. You see what I'm saying? My luck with Maxi has been absolutely awful. So, this deck plays so many hand traps, too. We absolutely have to take the Maxi challenge here, unfortunately. And we're probably going to get ashed out of using our adventure cards as well, which is really unfortunate. But it is what it is. Like, we need to be able to do this stuff here. So I'm going to actually use my Fateful Adventure right now, because I'd rather get this ashed than the Foxy Tune later. Oh, wow. Ghost Ogre, huh? That's a good one. That is a good card. Yep, that's fine. Not a problem. So let's go for a Foxy Tune here. Let's see if they're going to chain to it. So yeah, you can send this hand from hand or field to the grave. Special summon a Punk and discard another card. Alright, they're not activating it yet, which is really good for us because now they probably don't have anything that stops Keldo, thankfully. We can go for Xiamin here. Xiamin. Of course, we're taking the Maxi challenge, unfortunately. So yeah, they're going to go Super Factorial here. I mean, I thought we would have to use our Droplet, but we really won't have to. We really don't have to. We can just go Keldo effect. Yeah. Just go Keldo here, and we can shuffle all three of those back, honestly. So, whoops. Do I want to do that? Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3. I definitely want to do that. Let's get rid of those. Perfect. So all those get shuffled back. Yeah. Now, Xiamin is not like the best card in the world here, to be honest with you. Because we can't summon our Deer Note unless we were to tribute summon over the token, but that would mean we lose the summon of Diviner of the Herald. Either way, we can't use the effect of Diviner of the Herald if we normal summon it unless we go into Elf. So it's a question of, do I think I can get to game here? I think I could, but I think the only way we could possibly get to game is if we start milling a bunch of cards and getting a bunch of combo pieces in the grave that we can use. Yeah, I think this has to be the play. Also, they get one less draw, you know? Like, we're normal summoning. We're tribute summoning. You don't see that every time. You know, you don't see that every day in Yu-Gi-Oh! These days. Alright, so let's go for this. I don't like it, but, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So we're gonna go into Chaos Ruler, the Chaos Magical Dragon. And, like I was saying, guys, like, Maxi is making my deck look a lot worse, but like that has nothing to do with how good the deck is that you lose to Maxi. That's just any combo deck that doesn't draw the out to Maxi. And unfortunately, that has been me a lot today with pretty much any deck that I've been playing. It's just been super unlucky. I don't know what it is. I've just been seeing Maxi more recently for some reason. Alright. Wow, this Trudeau is just what we needed in there. Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. So, let's see here. We're going to need to go into Vampire Zombie, probably. Either way, we're probably adding a Foxy Tune to the hand in case. Let's just go for a Zombie Vampire. We just kind of have to go for it here. Zombie Vampire. Oh, Agito. Agito's huge. Agito is huge here. What do I want to get out of that grave? We got a level 8 in the grave, so we could summon Punisher. So I think we probably want to do that. Yeah, most likely. So let's just summon out our Royal Rare Ghost Bell, because it's beautiful. Yeah, we can summon Psychic and Punisher. That's pretty huge. Now, I'm starting to get worried about an Nibiru here. That's a very real issue. We could summon this as a level 4 tuner. We didn't get a Snow. Not getting a Snow is really rough. Alright, let's summon out the Chaos Ruler here. Banishing a Light, as well as a Dark. I guess we can lose a Denier in this case. Okay. Get the Chaos Magical Dragon. See, this is what I mean by time consuming. There's a lot of thinking involved with this deck, and Konami does not like people who think. They do not like when you are thinking. I do see kind of a line here, though. I do kind of see a line here. And now our life points are much lower. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, this might actually be the play now. Yeah, let's go with Psychic and Punisher. I don't know if we can get enough damage in with this, but they have 6,000 life points from paying 1,000 twice. Shout out to the worst card in MathMech. So we're going to send both this and this. Negate both of these guys and split their attack in half, more importantly. Okay, now I can do it for some reason, so let's do it. Let's banish this and this one. Okay, we have game. Go to battle. Gain a shit ton of attack. Oh my god, we got it. Okay, let's go. Let's swing in. No way they have a Battle Fader or something, right? What do you have? Oh, Imperim, okay. This guy was trying to give me a heart attack here. This guy was trying to... Okay, this guy's really trying to give me a heart attack here. Anyway, that's the deck. Isn't it awesome? I mean, sure, I had to like really tickle my brain to find a game there. But yo, going second against MathMech, that wasn't nothing, okay? That's a really good deck. That's a almost top tier deck right now. So I thought that was really good. All right, so we're going first here. Let's get ourselves a full replay since the other one was 2 minutes. And let's see if I can showcase the deck properly. Like I said, it's pretty tough to really showcase this deck while talking because the timer is pretty limited. But we'll do what we can do here. This hand is super ultra broken. Holy. Okay, we're going to start with Fateful Adventure. Okay, let's go Emergency Teleport to get our Xiamine out of the deck here. Plus the Called by in hand to stop Max C. Like if our opponent doesn't just scoop mid combo, this is going to be the perfect place to showcase our deck. All right, let's go Xiamine. Yeah, let's go Xiamine here. Gonna go for Ghost Ogre. Honestly, whew, yeah, I think I need that Xiamine. Oh, they're playing a pile as well. All right, I think I'm gonna need that Xiamine. Also, I don't think we want to go into as much milling here. I don't think we want to mill our opponent's deck at all since they're playing a pile as well. I think what we're going to do instead is we're actually going to send Shufflers to the grave to control our opponent's graveyard without them getting to control ours. Yeah, because if you see a pile, they're almost always playing Ishizu cards right now. Almost always. So anyway, let's add a Foxy Tune to our hand here. Foxy Tune to the hand, and then we can activate Foxy Tune, discarding the Jet. Oh, no, not the first effect. Make sure not to make that mistake. Discarding the Jet here. And we can summon out a Deer Note from our deck. Thankfully, Chaos Ruler only mills from our own deck, so we can still go Chaos Ruler pretty safely without having to worry too much. So let's do that. Chaos Ruler effect. Oh, I can show you a cool mini combo actually that this deck has as well. Yeah, we're going to use the effective Deer Note here. If you're not using the Chaos Ruler for the Vampire Lord to mill your opponent's deck as well as your own, you can actually use it with the Diviner of the Herald to do a little Baron combo on top of getting a Shuffler in the grave. Like the combo is not just summon Diviner and make Baron with it. Like it's a little bit more than that for sure. Oh, we got some Shufflers in there. Add the designated card. Sure, we can add the Destruda here. We might want it. Now I have to think if I actually want to use these guys. Genuinely against this guy's deck, against a pile deck, I just don't want to use them. I don't think it's a very good idea, to be honest. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to normal summon Diviner of the Herald. Oh man, but if we use... The thing is, if we use Diviner's effect to get a Shuffler in the grave, we can't use it to go into Elf. Okay, you know, I'm still going to do it. We're going to go Diviner effect here. I think that control is a bit too good to not have. So yeah, let's send one of our Shufflers into the grave. Yeah, let's special out this Trudeau here. And we're going to lower its level by 6. So it's now level 1. And let's see. I have to think here. We could go into Vampire Lord. It'd be a little risky to do, however. We could just Scythelock our opponent. They're playing a pile. Honestly, I think in this situation, it's less smart to combo off since they're also playing a pile. Because to combo off, you really have to start using these cards. And I don't really want to use those against this guy. So I might just do this, honestly. I think this actually might be the smarter play. Let's do Dagda using these two. Yep. I've decided how we're going to go about it. I have decided. Now we can make a Verte. Wait, no. Before we make Verte, we want to make a Sprite Elf using these two. Wait, I can't? Oh, because I need to use a Link too. Okay. Well, here's a way to get my Scythe on the field early. Here's a way to do it early. We're going to do this. Equip it. It doesn't really matter what we equip it to. Let's equip it to this here. Yeah, that is completely fine. Just so we can trigger our artifact Dagda. I don't think there's a single pile deck that doesn't use the extra deck in some way. Now we can go ahead and make ourselves a Sprite Elf to get back Jet. And then we can use those two to get this. Yeah, that's perfect. So using this as well as this. Let's make ourselves a Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf effect. Bring back the Sprite Jet from the grave. Just to get ourselves a Smashers as an extra form of interruption. It's a pretty damn good form of interruption to have. So get the Smashers here. Perfect. Now we can go. We have everything we need to make DPE, just making sure. Yep, we're fine. So now we could go Gigantic. There's, I don't think, really a reason to do this here. So we're just going to go for Verte. I know this doesn't look very impressive, but it's just, like I said, I'm trying to play around the fact that my opponent is playing a pile deck. So I'm just, like, even though the board is not the craziest, I've shown you how far this deck can combo. I don't think I need to prove it. I'd rather just play around what my opponent might be doing here. So let's summon a Destiny Hero, Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, sending these two to the grave. Yep, get a DPE on the field here. Untargetable DPE, by the way. Kind of nice. Kind of nice. And we can set Smashers as an extra form of disruption, so we love to see it. And we've got some Shufflers for our opponent's grave. Well, we've got one Shuffler for our opponent's grave. It's not the craziest, but I think it's good. I think it's good. We can even get another Shuffler in the grave on our opponent's turn by bringing back Diviner of the Herald, which is, like, actually, like, an underrated play. Oh, I forgot to do this. I forgot to do this. Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter how early we do it. I guess we can get greedy, too. Let's go for Sprite Elf here. Elf effect. We'll bring out the Diviner. Just to get an extra Shuffler in the grave. Diviner is actually so insane. It's ridiculous. It's such a good card. It is such a good card. But yeah, it seems like we're playing very similar decks here. So they're going Emergency Teleport, probably to summon Xiamin. Indeed. Okay. So now we can go Diviner effect. And Chain DPE. We can pop our Scythe, as well as their Xiamin here. Yep. Yeah, so pop Scythe and pop Xiamin. Perfect. Then Diviner of the Herald is going to send a Shuffler. We're going to send the Keldo to have two different Shufflers in the grave, of course. Scythe triggers. No Called by Insight. We just won the game. So look, I mean, the board might not have looked that impressive, but I still think it's a really cool board. And I do think it, like, kind of showcases what the Sprite cards can do even outside of a Sprite deck. So I think this deck is really awesome, honestly. I love this deck. Smashers is cool too now because I can banish my Verte in their card. See, now they're normal summoning Xiamin. So do I want to call them out on normal summoning Xiamin? I don't really think so. They can't summon from extra deck. I think I'm going to wait a little bit in case they have a better bomb. So they go for Xiamine effect here. Yeah, that's fine. Because, like, Smashers can be used in the battle phase. We are in no rush to use our Smashers here. And I didn't even set up, like, a single negate here. Other than, I guess technically shutting down the entire extra deck is a bit of a negate. Then they're going for Allure of Darkness. So I guess they really just wanted to be able to use it. So they made sure to get a Dark in hand. That's interesting. And I think they want to start getting some mill plays going here. Maybe it was the play to stop this, actually. Oh, Chaos Space is huge. Send Wyverburster to the grave. I mean, is it huge though? Like, what is this guy playing? Like Ishizu Dragon Link? We just banished the Collapse Serpent, right? I don't know about that. Actually, in fact, let me just shuffle that back and you won't even get to summon that Collapse Serpent. So if you were hoping to do something with that, buddy, I'm sorry to say you won't get to do it. We can shuffle back the Collapse Serpent and even the Chaos Space. Why not? And while we're at it, let's shuffle back your Xiamine, because I'm sure you'd love to draw into that again. I'm sure you'd love to draw into it again. Yeah, I mean, this seems like we have it in the bag. I don't really see how they would get it. Really don't see how they could get the win here. Left Arm Offering, that is massive, actually. Our deck is at 40, theirs is at 52. Okay, so they get to mill 11. That's still really huge, but it is technically playable if they don't mill any Agito or Kelbeck. It's technically playable. They have milled. Oh, they milled literally nothing good. They milled literally nothing good. Yeah. They got the Hat Trigger, which we can get rid of. Yeah, okay. So we can just use Keldo. We just won the game there. We can just use Keldo here. Let's get rid of the yeah, it's Performage Trick Clown, my bad. We can put Xiamine back in the deck, because I'm sure you'd love to top deck it. You can have back your Necro Face. I'm sure you'd love to draw into that. Sure you would love to draw into that one. Not that we'll even get to your draw phase. Yeah, they're probably scooping here. Unless they're just, like, very resilient. Yeah, okay. That was a perfect showcase of going first for my deck. And shout out to Z for just subscribing. Yeah, guys, so the deck is really amazing. As you can see, can go first, can go second. I think it's the best way to play Ishizu. I think this was a pretty thorough showcase of what the deck can do. So let's go on to the card by card. So here it is, my Punk Ishizu Adventure deck. Now, I do want to give a huge shout out to Trishula TV, because this deck is inspired by a deck he was playing on stream. He is not a fan of sharing lists, so he didn't share it. So I was just watching him play, and I was just trying to figure out how I could build my own version of this deck. Hopefully I felt close enough, but just playing it, I've been absolutely loving it. So the deck list is 1 copy of Magician Souls. I'm playing 2 Herald of the Orange Light. If you'd rather play 3, go for it. Honestly, sometimes I wish I was playing 3. But I don't know, it's just honestly, as surprising as it is to say, for a 60 card deck, this deck's space is actually kind of tight. I don't know what to remove to put a third one. 3 copies of Maxi, 3 copies of Diviner, 1 Sprite Blue, 1 Sprite Jet. This little Sprite engine is really interesting. It's just kind of something you can fog wall into if your other plays get interrupted, because you can just kind of go into a Link 2 and any level 2 to go into Gigantic Sprite, and of course Diviner's level 2, Herald is level 2, Maxi is level 2, so you have access to a lot of level 2s to be able to just go into that, or sometimes you can add it at the end of your combo just to get a Smashers, and Smashers is a super powerful interruption. So that's why we're playing that. 3 copies of Ash, 2 copies of Ghost Bell. Look at my Royal Ghost Bell. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Denier, 3 copies of Xiamine, 1 copy of Water Enchantress, 1 copy of Fairy Tail Snow, 2 copies of Keldo, 2 copies of Mudora, 2 copies of Kelbeck, and 2 copies of Agito. Yeah, I wanted to play 3 Mudora, but again, that's just a question of space, and honestly, I haven't really felt the need to play another one. It feels pretty good at 2. It feels like 2 of each is really good for me. 1 copy of Artifact Scythe, 1 copy of Deerno, 2 copies of Malicious, 1 Destrudo, 1 Wandering Griffin Rider, 3 copies of Foxy Tune, 1 copy of Ogre Dance, 1 Illusion of Chaos, 1 copy of Foolish Burial, double Grass is Greener, double Fusion Destiny, it's back at 2, baby, double Rite of Eremysir, 1 Draco back, 1 Fateful Adventure, double Emergency Teleport, double Called By, 1 Crossout, triple Droplet. This card is absolutely amazing with the Millers and and the shufflers. Just the fact that you can discard them to then use their effects is super powerful. So yeah, definitely I recommend playing Droplet in an Ishizu deck instead of Dark Ruler, even though I think in general Dark Ruler is better. Specifically in Ishizu decks, I would say Droplet is better. 1 copy of Smashers and 1 of Imperm for the crossout. I would love to play more Imperms. That's another card I just don't find the space for. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. 1 Herald of the Arclight. This card is amazing. It can even search your Illusion of Chaos if you want to search it off of Diviner of the Herald, if you have a lot of spells to get rid of just to get some free draws. 1 copy of Shooting Riser Dragon. I don't summon this card a lot. It's not bad though, and it can get a shuffler in the grave if you want one for next turn, so it's like it's decent. It's there. 1 copy of Chaos Ruler, 1 copy of Baron de Fleur, 1 copy of Psychic and Punisher. You guys saw me end a game with this. It's a pretty sick card. 1 copy of Gigantic Sprite. We've got the Zombie Vampire, 1 IP Masquerena, Artifact Dagda, Predaplant Verte Anaconda, Dark the Dark Charmer, Sprite Elf, Nightmare Unicorn. What's this artwork, by the way? It's so weird. I thought it looked different. Anyway, 1 copy of Access Code Talker, and that's the list. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to, I don't even know anymore, 20,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, maybe? Maybe that's a little cap, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, huge shout out to my UCT tier members. That would be Hit or Miss JT, B-Dubs, JQ the King, as well as Bongerman for 20, Dadu Joey, and Hudaman Me. You guys are all very appreciated, as well as everyone else supporting in the baby tier, in the Miss tier. You who's liking, commenting, and subscribing. Okay, that's it for me. I gotta go.